Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And today I am really excited, really excited to review this chick right here. This is from a company called Fish Toys, and I'm going to do my best to try to pronounce this name because I didn't practice this before I started shooting this video. But this is a 1/9 scale figure. It is Zhili Jinghang Tian Peng action figure. Take it for how you want. I don't know any of those words. I'm assuming Li Hung is the creator, and this girl's name is Tian Peng, I guess. But anyway, taking a look at the box, nice big open window right there. It had a lot of plastic over it, so even with the figure inside, well, even though the figure was showing, it was still hard to see her. Got the side of the box there. Now my box got broken apparently during shipping. I didn't notice that. It's all cracked up and shit. And here she is on the other side of the box. So yeah. So let me see if there's a background on here. Tian Ping helps Fish Toys launch their new original 1/9 scale figure series, Ji Li Xing Han, based on Journey to the West. Okay. Tian Ping is a mischievous and gluttonous girl with boar skin headgear to give her a wild atmosphere. Her lanterns, oh never mind. The rest of it is just describing the figure. So she is based off the Journey to the West book, I guess. But she is really cool. So 1/9 scale, so a much bigger scale than what I normally get. I do have a few 1/9 scale figures. I don't know if I can pull them out though, unfortunately. We'll have to see, but I didn't expect her to be this big, even though it says it in the description of the figure. I guess I just didn't really pay attention. Now this boar's head, this is how she came in the package, by the way. That's why I still have this thing on her head, but she came like this in the package, but she looks freaking awesome. Now this thing is just like a rubber overlay. We'll go ahead and take a look at this thing first. So this is there is so much detail in this one little accessory. That's a nice soft plastic, very nice soft plastic, but just the paint work in the boar face. Look at the tusks. I mean, this thing is painted so nicely. Now they didn't do anything on the inside, but if you're wearing a boar skin, you know, it could get dirty and dark like this depending on how old this thing is, but it is just done so nicely, so nicely. I absolutely love it. It looks so freaking good, and it's just so long, and it does weigh her down a little bit, so you do have to lean her forward a little bit when you wear this, but she can stand with it on just fine. But yeah, this thing looks really cool. Now taking a look at her face. Now she is silicone. This whole top part all the way down to the legs to here at least are silicone. I don't know if there's more silicone in here. The chest, the stomach, and the legs are all silicone. We got a little silicone in the arms and the shoulders, but it's coming off on camera as a drastically different color than her face, but that's not what it looks like in person. In person, the face and the body look the same color, but she does have movable eyeballs. This is her very stern face look. And then as you pop it off, you can see she has an all metal frame. So up to shoulders, chest, all of this is metal frame up into right here, I guess. Then the rest is plastic. So This neck does move, actually very nice and freely. It's not stiff like most metal frames that I've seen. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of going forward. But going back, there it is. You can see the sculpt of her collarbone there. Very, very nicely done. But yeah, she has a ton of paint on her everywhere. You cannot take this top off. I'm not going to say that I tried, but you can't take it off. Just trust me, I know. Unless you peel it off. You might be able to peel it off of her if you actually want to like dissect the figure. But look at the paint detail on just these shoulder pads alone. Now this is a very expensive figure. They still have some available actually. I think this was like $125. So this is a very expensive action figure for sure. But I can see why. Look at all the detail in just the arm wraps, the armor on the elbow. I mean, look at the paint on this thing. It looks so freaking good. The wash that they have on this lower piece. And then this is a softer plastic. So this will move out the way of articulation. But even the belt has a nice dry brushing and shading on it. She does have some cheeks. She has some pretty decent cheeks if you want to. They are squeezable because they are silicone. Then going down to like the stockings, I guess, just the sculpt work in the top of them there. Again, here in the knee pads, more paint and sculpting detail in the shin armor. I mean, just look at that. Then the toes are actually, you see the toenails, everything. Properly sculpted toes. She doesn't wear shoes. But look at the sculpt on the armor for just going over the feet. These are floating pieces around her ankles. So these pieces will move around as you move her around. She is done very, very nicely. And I don't see why you wouldn't pose her without the boar's head on her. But yeah, she looks so freaking good. Now, let's go ahead and go over her accessories really quick. I'm not going to do any cuts or anything here. She has this big rake thing. These are soft, so you don't have to worry about that falling. This bottom piece comes out to fit it in her hand. But even the shading and everything on this is done very nicely too. Like, look at the detail work on the handle, on the end of it. Very, very, very nicely done. In front of the rake, has some kind of symbol on it, sculpted very nicely. I don't know why I started with weapons, but I did. Let's go back to hands. Now each hand has a pair, so I'm just going to show you one of each. She does come with fisty hands for punchies. So she does come with the punchies. She has I don't know, not in my house hand. I'm gonna slap that ass hand. She got 2 fingers up the butt fingers. She has some relaxed type hands. And then she has hands, I guess, to hold something. Probably some of her other accessories. And she does come with 2 extra feet. One is like she's on her tiptoes. And then another one is just kind of flat. So maybe just replacement for the ones that she has. Then she comes with 3 different faces. You get this really cool smiling face. Look at those eyes. Look, they look so good. And then you can see that they are movable. Very, very nicely done. Then she comes with a R face, like she's about to bite somebody. See, she has little sharp teeth right there. Very cute. Very, very cute. But this face is done really nicely too. And then this face is for all the gooners, I guess. So she has her gooner face as well, with their little tongue sticking out. And hearts over her eyes. Then she comes with 3 like steam buns or whatever these things are called. So she comes with 3 of these, and they go inside the little steam thing that can open. So you can just toss these in there like so. So that is really cool, which is obviously where I would definitely be storing them. But see, they all fit in there just fine. And the top does close over the top, and you can store those in there if you want. So, but yeah, this thing looks really good too, like a little basket. And then she comes with quite the elaborate base. Yeah, this is quite the base here. It looks really cool. Base and stand. Let's just say stand all together. Sculpting around here, very nicely done. Very cool base. Very cool base, which you may need to use. But yeah, this hinges here at the base. You can twist. I think it hinges at the lower. Yep, very tight. Also, very tight. And this arm hinges up and down. Then you got another hinge here. And then you got the clip, and this is the type of clip that bounces back on its own. So yeah, very cool looking base. I like the way that looks. And so she does have a light up gimmick, but it is in the boar's head. So this does take 2 CR927 batteries, and it said test batteries were included, but I didn't see any batteries in my box. So luckily I did have some CR927s that I had bought for the Transformers I had just reviewed, the Mecha Invasion Devastator Constructicons. So I got a bunch of them. So you do have to put them in there, and the thing is right in there. Put your batteries in there, and then there are magnets at the end of the tassels. And so all you gotta do is find it, and bam, it lights up very brightly. Then on this side, just to show you that both sides do work, bam. Oh, and then I accidentally showed that on accident, but there's another setting, so you can hit this and it will flicker like it's firing these. So that's really cool. That is really cool. Look at that. That is so freaking dope. Very cool. Very cool. And obviously she would look awesome with those hanging on her, just kind of flickering in the night. Very cool. See if we can get her standing. And they kind of change. Like, they don't always flicker. Sometimes they'll just kind of go in and out, but other times they'll start flickering. You know what's crazy is they're not flickering like that in real life. They're just flickering like that on the camera. The lights don't actually look like that. They're just going in and out in real life. But for some reason, they're flickering like flames on camera. So they actually look a lot cooler on camera. I just noticed that. But then you can obviously just tap to turn them off. So I do like the fact that you don't have to go inside and pull the battery out or anything like that. You can just tap it and turn them both off. So that is really cool. Now for articulation, she does have that little ball peg, so you're going to be using the neck most of the time. So she's going to look up that far, looking down that far, side to side. Even when you're using the neck, you get side to side. It is kind of loose. It is kind of a loose neck peg, to be honest with you. Very loose. But you can spin 360 degrees on that head. I think I forgot to mention this necklace when we were doing the aesthetics, but she does have a little necklace. As far as the arms, it can go past parallel. They are wrapped around the arm, so that's good. Silicone, so you don't really want to try to twist it all around, but you can pull it up. You can get the arm across her body very, very nicely. So she does have very good butterfly joints. So that's good. But you don't want to twist that silicone too far. Going backwards, you can go backwards as well. Bicep swivel right at the top here. So you do have that over 90 degrees on that elbow. She has a ball hinge for the wrist. As far as the torso is concerned, now I haven't tested this out yet. Going backwards, only about that far. Going forward, only about that far. So a little limited in the torso. Side to side is really good though. Very, very good side to side. You do get twisting. Again, it's silicone, so you don't want to do too much twisting, but you can twist her. As far as the legs are concerned, can she do the splits? Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this to work. Yes, she can do the splits very, very nicely. Just gotta be careful with that silicone. Kicking forward. Can she kick forward? Yes. Very, very, very tight joints. Kicking forward, she can kick forward very nicely. Like so. Let's see. Come on. Kicking back. It's very tight. Very, very tight. And I'm a little afraid this connection from this plastic to her silicone doesn't seem to be that great. It could be fine, but it is a little scary to move around. Thigh swivel right here at the stocking cut. As far as her knees are concerned, oh, I was hoping that was attached to the actual knee joint, but it's not. It's attached to the boots. That's kind of disappointing. A little bit of a robotic knee right there. I don't like that particularly. But she can get good range. As far as the ankles, going up is not really happening because of this ankle, because of the shin armor and what they got on her foot right there. Going down though, really nice. And then you do get an ankle rocker. So she's limited in some places, and then other places she is pretty average, pretty good to average. So that's fine with me. Now I'm surprised that her torso didn't bend over more, because I'm used to silicone bodies with the metal frames being able to crunch a lot more than normal, but I guess not. I didn't mention that she has the weapon holding hands. Those came on her in the box. So she does have the weapon holding hands. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, let's go ahead and do some comparisons. All right, and here she is next to two of my favorite 1/9 scale figures that I have had for a while now. And I actually went on ahead and, oh shoot, hold on. All right, yeah, her arm was coming off. But we have Whiskey Sour. I forget what companies these are from, but Whiskey Sour and Science Cat Lady or something like that. These also both have silicone bodies. So she's probably going to go over there with them. So yeah, she looks really, really good with these two. Now, they obviously have drastically different proportions, but they are the same, in the same scale ish. But yep, That's what she looks like next to some other 1/9 scale figures that I have. I can show you some 1/6 scale figures that I got just so happen laying next to me, and she is totally out of scale with. Some of my snail shell army girls here. So she is an absolute giant next to them. Here's Kazune that I just reviewed recently. Even the Cyberpunk Rebecca is way too small. But yeah, she's towering over all of these. Over Link, she's taller than Link for sure. And Figma Link, taller than the Nightfall Mafex Batman. So yeah, she's tall. She's a biggin. Here's Fiona. We'll move her out the way. Fiona here. But yeah. There she is next to Fiona. But yeah, she's tall. Way too tall for 112 for sure. Way too tall for 112. But anyway, that's it for comparisons. All right, so to wrap things up, amazing freaking figure. Does she have some limitation and some articulation in spots? Sure, but sometimes you have to make a little sacrifice for a silicone body. Even though most of the time the silicone bodies that I've seen are super duper articulated, but I guess she wasn't. Fish Toys makes some really good stuff, and this is very much one of those things. I mean, it is exceptional. It is she's gorgeous. She's articulated enough. I love me some silicone. The light up feature is awesome. The paint, the sculpt, it is top notch. You cannot beat something like this. Now, she still is available on Hobby Link Japan. I think she was on 5K Toys, and I don't think she was that expensive. I think she was more like in the $70 to $80 range on 5K Toys. Sometimes when they go to like import sites like HLJ, they tend to up the price in the reverse way. It's weird. Yeah, this thing is awesome. So good. So freaking good. So I definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend it if you got the extra money laying around. Definitely recommend you snatch her up before she sells out. But anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace. Oh yeah, and one more thing I did want to mention. They did have the batteries packed in with her. I accidentally had thrown them away. They were stuck to a piece of plastic. So she does come with the batteries. So that was my fault. I just didn't see them. Anyway, peace.